My plan is to hide, to avoid, but if I get busted, if I get captured, I'm not going to do a Rambo, I'm going to do a Gandhi. If I get captured, I'm not going to do a Rambo, I'm going to do a Gandhi. If I get captured, I'm not going to do a Rambo, I'm going to do a Gandhi.
All right, hey everyone, this is Rudy, May the 30th. Some good news, some very good news. Did that audio, just curious, when you listen to Schaeffer speak in that audio, does it sound like he has a conspiracy to murder federal officials? Didn't sound like that to me. Larry Pratt, I think, has picked up on it too. Larry Pratt is the executive director of Gun Owners of America. I highly recommend Gun Owners of America over the National Rifle Association. Larry Pratt has written an article back in 2014. Whoops, why did I do that? It always brings up these. Back on Freedom Outpost, and I'll put the link in the information bar. It says, "When Justice is Blind, the story of Francis Schaeffer Cox, September the 8th, 2014. And Larry Pratt wrote a very pro Schaeffer Cox letter. So Larry Pratt is in the same category as Ray Southwell. Both of these men have told the truth. They have spoken the truth about Schaeffer Cox, regardless of the consequences or what people may say about them. I have not read Larry Pratt's letter yet. Let's read it together. But I'm told it's pro Schaeffer Cox. So let's see what he says. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to zoom in. All right. Hopefully you guys see that. So this is from Gun Owners of America. It's got their heading. I pray to God that this is from Larry Pratt like it says it is. I have no reason to believe that it is a forgery or anything like that. I believe that it's really from the real Larry Pratt. We've been asking him to say something about Schaeffer, and I know Schaeffer has been reaching out as well. May the 19th, 2017. It was written 11 days ago. The Honorable Donald Trump. Excuse me while I won't, no comment. Care of Pardon Attorney, 145 North Street, Northeast, room 5E.508, Washington, D.C., 20530. President Trump. Related Francis Schaeffer Cox, U.S. versus Cox. The precedent this case will set if the Ninth Circuit rules the wrong way is very concerning for the Second Amendment. Please convey to the President that it is urgent that this case be withdrawn so there will be no adverse precedent regarding speech and firearms. I have expressed many times the same understanding of the Second Amendment that was used by Cox, which was taken in his case to impute an articulable threat to conspire against federal officials. In fact, the Second Amendment is indeed intended to stand as a bulwark against our government becoming tyrannical. For example, the Second Amendment was used by the people of Athens, Tennessee in 1947 to prevent local officials, including the police, from stealing an election and continuing their tyrannical rule. The people resorted to arms to protect the integrity of an election. Please do not let this case become a precedent to stifle speech regarding the Second Amendment. Cox has not uttered an articulable threat against any official. Sincerely, Larry Pratt, Executive Director Emeritus. Enclosure, When Justice is Blind. Praise God Almighty. It is incredibly encouraging and inspiring to see men speak up on behalf of our brothers in prison and to say the truth and to try to get some attention on this issue. And so, Larry Pratt, hat tip to you. Thank you, sir, for speaking out for Schaeffer Cox. Really, really, really appreciate it. I hope people flood your organization with letters of appreciation and thank you. And thank you for what you're doing with Gun Owners of America. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Larry Pratt. And let's continue. What's that? Yeah. And by the way, Larry Pratt, Schaeffer Cox ain't the only Second Amendment case in prison. We have Skylar Barbeau too, and we have a few others as well. Matthew Bryce Quellar is one of them who made a video and happened to have a firearm, and they made him out to be a domestic terrorist. But in any event, we praise God what Larry Pratt has done for Schaeffer Cox. We got a lot of work to do in front of us. Maybe now we can ask Larry Pratt to speak out on behalf of Skylar Barbeau and others. All right, that's it for now. It's good to get some encouraging news. God bless. Take care.